to the Laughing Heart Hostel, which is in Hot Springs, North Carolina. And here is where I will resume the hike. I like the hostel. I like what I see so far. I checked in late, so I didn't meet any of the staff or anything, but it's a very quiet night because it's very early in the season, and the bubble hasn't probably made it this way at this point. So I already accomplished the hardest thing in the whole hike, I think, which is nice. I got it out of the way immediately, which was this morning when I said goodbye to my wife and my 2 cats. And I've said goodbye to my wife before to go do this same thing that I'm doing. And it's never, ever easy. And now I got 2 cats. And saying goodbye to them was also not easy. It just sucks. It sucks any way you slice it. I think that's the hardest part of the whole hike. Out of the way first. Everything else is just one foot in front of the other. Tough as that was, I'm past it now. I get to actually resume from where I left off. And tonight, I'm just going to rest in my nice little hostel room. Alright, good night. Good morning, Appalachia. All right, so this is day 1, and I made it to the Bluff Mountains Outfitter. I'm coming from the Laughing Heart Hostel, and I met some really cool people there. So Turtle and Dragon, I wish you guys the best of luck on your hike. And I'm here to get a couple of select items, and then we will start hiking, resuming where I left off in 2020. Well, as it turns out, I'm going to be waiting a little bit longer. I was under the impression the outfitter opens up at 8:30. It opens up at 9:30, so I've got about an hour to kill. So I'm just going to be hanging out here with Joe Curie from Stranger Things with a very incredulous look on his face. Say hi, Joe. The very nice people at the Bluff Mountains Outfitters were able to give me a zip tie, some super feet, a new water filter, so I'm ready to go. And there is my hang tag. I'm officially a 2020 through hiker. So technically I have been on the trail, even though I'm kind of just following the road out from Hot Springs, but this really is my first white blaze on the trail. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap here for my start, my resumed through hike, and here we go. Hot Springs, thank you for the hospitality. I really appreciate it. One very good thing about the trail is that there are plenty of good water sources, so you never are too far from a source of water. Take the one behind me, for example. This is a fantastic water source. Not to swim in. Don't swim in this. Just get water from it, drink it, filter it, drink it, but do not go in it. Good water source. Hello, Green Tunnel. I remember you. How have you been? All right, you see now this right here, this is a good water source. You can tell by the water that's coming out, right? See right there, that's water. It's a good source. You get your water here, it's good. All right, it's good. You drink it, and it's there. It's coming right there. You see it. It's great. Good water source. Now you see this. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's okay. It's not good. Oh, spooky Appalachia. Spooky, spooky. Love it when the fog rolls in like this. Kind of makes it feel otherworldly a little bit. And
maybe I should point out that I have not seen a single other soul this whole hike so far. So that's a little spooky, but it's fun. Arrival at the Spring Mountain Shelter. That makes probably 13 to 14 miles for day one, and that is where I'm going to call it for today. Good hike, and time for some rest.
Okay, so Spring Mountain Shelter, I have made it, and that is the first day of hiking on the AT from Hot Springs to Spring Mountain. Look at this. What is this? So that was a good day of hiking. It might be the like endorphin cocktail that I have going on right now from just being back on the trail and hiking again, but I think that was like the platonic ideal day of hiking. Overcast all day, 58 to 60 degrees, nice breeze the whole time, slight chance of rain, and nothing ever actually rained. So it was totally fine, totally dry. And it was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. So that was a really good first day back. All things considered, I actually feel totally fine. I've done 11, 12, and I mean, if you count like the walking through Hot Springs, I've probably done 14 miles today. And my body feels absolutely fine. I could probably keep going if I wanted to. But one big lesson learned that I learned the first time around on the AT was don't go too hard too early. So I'm sticking to 10 by 10, which is what I call 10-ish miles a day for the first 10 days to let your body just kind of ease right back into it. Because like I could absolutely just send it and keep hiking, but the hubris would probably catch up to me and I'd probably get inflammation and, blisters and all the other things that I want to avoid. So yeah, really good first day of hiking. I'm going to make some coffee. I'm going to stretch out a little bit and I'm going to just hang out in the shelter because as of right now, I'm the only one here. Just the first day on the trail. That is coffee. That is, I think, like in a technical sense, that's coffee. But it's good though. Okay. So last night was a little nuts. Got to camp, everything was totally fine. I met Coyote there, so Coyote, what's up? Clouds rolled in, sun goes down. We're just in this like spooky campsite, and it's fine. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. Go to sleep. I wake up, huge thunderstorm had rolled in, and I had to get all my stuff, and the wind is like kicking like crazy. It was probably like 20-mile-an-hour gusts, maybe 25. So I didn't sleep well last night. I slept enough, but I didn't sleep well. And I just hightailed it out of there, and I'm down the trail maybe 2 miles, and the weather is absolutely fine. So that's the AT for you. Okay, you love to see it. Okay, so that got a little nuts there for a second. I made it up over, I'm actually not even sure which mountain it is. And the rain was like holding off for a while, but right as I was passing over the Bald, it just kind of opened up a little bit. And I'm also trying to outrun thunderstorms, so I was really hoping that those thunderstorms weren't going to roll in ahead of time, and they didn't, so I'm thankful for that. I'm also thankful that it's not cold. This day would be so much worse if it was cold. So all it is right now is just a little misty, and the rain looks like it's held. I've got 5 miles to go to outrun the thunderstorms, so we'll see how I do. Okay, here we go.
And I am, again, the only one here. That was intense. It could have been a lot worse, but that was pretty intense. So, time to rest. I'm not going any further today. I hope you can hear me. It's very, very loud.
So the silence is pretty unnerving now, or I guess the sound of light rain is pretty unnerving because until about 45 minutes ago, the wind was so high it was deafening, and the sound of the wind blowing was absolutely hellacious. But that has calmed down now, and it's just this very nice, light pitter patter of rain. And so I finally made it to camp and missed the thunderstorm, so I'm safe and in the shelter. The issue is that there is no cell phone reception here, and so I cannot tell anybody that I'm safe in the shelter, namely my wife, who will be very upset with me tonight. So I'll try to tell her tomorrow that I will make sure to tell her that I'm safe ahead of time before I get to the shelter, because I did not know that there would be no cell phone reception. But this is a great shelter, and it's got like a nice pipe spring down that way. I did some stretches, I made dinner, and now it's just time to relax, hang out, and then it's hopefully going to be a bit more, the weather's going to be a little more cooperative tomorrow. So I'm holding out for that. Oh, and one more thing worth mentioning. I crossed mile 300 today. I'm actually at the shelter that's at mile 301. So yeah, crossed mile 300 today.
As payment for the weather that I had to put up with today. Clear skies. Right before bed.